What's going on, guys? So in this video, what we're going to be talking about is making passive income via ATMs. Now, I know I have another video about this already on my page, but what I wanted to kind of do was kind of reiterate exactly how the ATM business works. And obviously at the end of this video, I have an extremely special offer for everybody that's watching this video, for everybody that's interested in the ATM business. So stick around to the very end, and I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that is and how you guys can actually be a part of my personal team. Okay, so number one, what exactly is the ATM business, right? What exactly is it? How did this come about? How come we don't see it a lot? Why don't we hear about it, right? So basically, the ATM business is a process where we are recycling cash, okay? So we are recycling other people's cash, and we're pretty much recycling our own cash as well, okay? So basically, what it is we put money into our ATMs, and then we get all of that money back plus profit. Okay, and we get paid every single day from that. So we make profit every single day from the ATMs that we strategically place in locations that are filled with customers all the time, like places and locations that have like crazy amounts of foot traffic, such as bars, hotels, motels, grocery stores, gentlemen's clubs, things of that nature. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is we're recycling cash and we're making profit every single day. So to kind of give you an example of how this would work, let's just say that we have a customer. Let's just say that the customer's name is Jake, right? So the customer, what he's going to do is he's going to say, hey, I need to go and I need to pull out some cash. Maybe he's getting his haircut or something, right? And now let's just say that you put one of your ATMs in the barbershop where he's getting his haircut, all right? So what would happen is he would go to your ATM, which is right there in the barbershop, and he would, put in his debit card or his credit card or whatever kind of card he's actually using, right? Now, what he would end up doing is withdrawing $20, usually it's $20. He would withdraw about $20, right? And he needs that $20 because he's going to give that $20 to his barber. Now, on our machines, we have a convenience fee, which is also known as a surcharge, and that surcharge can be from anywhere from $2.50 or really $2 to all the way up to $8, right? Now, what we're gonna do, let's just say that we charge them $3 as a surcharge fee. Now, that ATM is going to charge every single customer that comes to our ATM, and it's going to charge them a $3 convenient fee. All right. So what would happen is once that $20 is debited from our customer's account, they're also going to be debited that $3, that $3 convenience fee that we have installed on our ATM. So basically what would happen is the entire $23 would be deposited into our bank account within 24 hours. Okay. Now that's just for one customer. Imagine having a bunch of customers come into your ATMs and you're just recycling cash all day. So every 24 hours, you're getting deposits every single day, right? And it's an extremely lucrative business, but the thing about it is it's not very flashy. Okay. And that's why you haven't heard about it. That's why you don't see too many people talking about it. That's why there's not blogs all over the places about it. There's not huge amounts of Facebook pages. There's not a million YouTube channels. This is not like Shopify and Amazon where people can do all these flashy things and say, hey, look at all this. ATMs are boring, right? We see ATMs every single day. ATMs are boring, right? ATMs are not interesting at all. And just because they're not interesting at all, they're not even interesting to look at. And due to that, there's very little coverage about this business model. But the great thing is this is a good opportunity to get into the ATM business in 2018. And the reason why I say that you should get into the ATM business in 2018 is because there's no competition, right? There's no real competition in this. This is not like Amazon or Shopify where you might have to take $1,000 and you might have to purchase a product and then you hope and pray that the product works, right? In the ATM business, we don't order an ATM or pay any money for an ATM or pay any money for anything until such a time that we have a legally binding contract saying that we are in business with a location owner, right? And that is what sets the ATM business apart from any other business model out there right now in 2018, right? So it's extremely profitable, it's extremely lucrative, it's extremely it's like non-competitive. There's no risk involved in this because we don't do anything or make any big moves until we have a legally binding contract with the location owner. Okay, and that's why the ATM business is the best kept secret of 2018. Now, how soon can I start? Right, I'm gonna go ahead and check this off because we talked about this. Okay, I'll check this off here. So how soon can I start? Right now, the great thing is you can start as soon as you get a contract, right? So when you are in the ATM business, what we do is we go to different locations, we check them out, we vet the locations, we look around and we see how much foot traffic is coming to these locations. We go and we see how exactly are people paying? Are people only paying cash? Are people paying with credit cards and cash? Or what's going on with that? Now, we usually want to just get areas that are cash only, and that's just because more than likely they're going to need an ATM because a lot of people are only carrying their debit cards. People don't walk around with a lot of cash, especially depending on what exactly the area they're in. Like, what is the area that they're in? Sometimes people don't want to carry a bunch of cash, so they just carry their debit card, even if they know that they're going to a cash only place, because they figure, you know what, I can probably go on ahead and just use an ATM somewhere in the area, and that's good for us. So when we find an area that is cash only, like a barbershop or a beauty salon, what we can do is we can talk to the business owner and say, hey, as opposed to sending your customers across the street, how about we put an ATM in your business so that not only you don't have to send your customers to somebody else, but customers from other areas in the location or in the area, they're going to come to your barbershop, right? And they're going to use their cards at your ATM and your barbershop, and you can actually potentially bring more customers to you because they might not have even known that your business was there up until you installed that ATM, right? Now, there's a couple of different things that we do to convince these business owners to actually work with us and to actually sign a contract with us. And this contract that they're going to sign with us is basically going to signify that we have a business relationship where, I'm putting an ATM in their business. They know about it. They agree to it. And we can go from a month to month a contract, or we can potentially do a 6 month to a year contract, right? And the only thing that we do is we might split some of that surcharge with the location owner. So let's just say that we are charging a fee of $3, right? So our convenience fee, our surcharge fee is $3. We can say, hey, we'll give you 25 cents for every transaction that happens at this ATM, and you don't have to pay anything else. Okay. Now, just by doing that, we have established a type of trust with the location owner, and then we get the contract signed, right? And this is why the ATM business is so low risk, because we don't have to worry about paying anything for an ATM until such a time that we have a legally binding contract stating that we are doing business. Okay, and I know I just said it before, but I just want to say it again because it is the thing that separates e-commerce from what we're doing. Okay, because this is not e-commerce. We're not doing anything online. The only thing that we do online is checking our profits. Okay, the only thing that we do online is we go into our back office and we check our profits, right? And that's a little bit more detailed, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that is something that we will be doing. That's pretty much the only thing that we'll be doing online, is checking our profits. Okay, so we can start as soon as possible, as soon as you get a contract, right? Just to put it, be completely blunt with you guys, we can start as soon as we get a contract. Okay, now moving on to how much can we make with the ATM business. Now this is solely going to depend on where exactly you live at. Where are you in the world? And then also where exactly are you putting your ATM at? Because there are a lot of profitable places that you can put your ATM. Typically, places like bars, gentlemen's club, weed dispensaries can see anywhere up to between $1,500 and $3,000 in profit every single month. And then there on the lower end, and some smaller businesses, you can make somewhere between $800 and $1,000 every single month. And some people don't even live in a real decent area, and maybe they'll just make like $500 a month, right? But either way it goes, we know that this is a guaranteed income stream, and there's not really anything that's going to interrupt it. Similar to how e-commerce works. If something happens in e-commerce, we could pretty much be shut down immediately. Okay, so like if Amazon were to pull down our listing, or if Shopify were to ban us or something for maybe counterfeit products or something like that, we would be completely screwed, and our income stream would be completely drained. Okay, now in the ATM business, the great thing about it is, if we see that we're not making any more money, or that our money or our profit that we're making per month is actually decreasing, what we can do is just pick up our ATM and move it to a new location that's more profitable. Okay, and typically we can do that within a day or two, so we can pretty much recoup our losses immediately, right? So that is the great thing about the ATM business. And just imagine, let's just say hypothetically, you had one ATM that was making $1,500 a month. Let's just say you were making $1,500 a month in profit with one ATM. Imagine having 10 of those ATMs. Okay. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, since way back. A lot of you guys that follow me, a lot of you guys that know who I am, you guys know that I was in the military for 8 years. I've been in there since I was 18. So I pretty much, as soon as I graduated from high school, I went and joined the military. I've been training people in various different things for years. When I got out, I was a sergeant. And so, I'm used to dealing with people. I'm used to training people. And I'm really excited to really tell you guys about the ATM business. You guys see I've been making a bunch of different videos about this because, I noticed that a lot of people have taken an interest in this. And honestly, I didn't think that people were really going to care so much about this, because it was something that I was doing years ago. Me and my business partner, he actually proposed the idea to me a long time ago. We went half on our first ATM. And back then, especially, there was no, this was years and years ago, but there was no guidance, there was no mentorship, there was no nothing. So we kind of pushed and we lost a little bit of money here and there, trying to learn different things about locations and things of that nature. And now we have well over 10 ATMs now in different locations. Really, we have our ATMs in more of the higher end locations, because we want to see profits of $1,500 to $3,000, right? So we don't like to do the profits of $500 and $600 and things of that nature, which you can do and it's easier to do. But if you are a real go-getter, you will go out there and you'll get those hotels, those gentleman clubs, those weed dispensaries, right? You'll go get those, even some areas where they give out tags for your cars, right? Some of those areas don't have ATMs, right? If they don't have an ATM, that is a gold mine, okay? And just before I get off track, let's move on to the next thing here, is the competition. Is there any competition? Now, you might notice that I brought up a little bit earlier that there's no real competition, to be honest. Some people might say, well, what about the banks? Don't the banks have ATMs? I'm like, yeah, they do have ATMs, but they don't have ATMs strategically placed. And that's a very important thing to understand, okay? Is one thing to have, for the banks to just have the ATMs. It's a whole nother thing to have them strategically placed. And we, as business owners and ATM business owners, we are also known as IADs. Okay, so IADs, basically, we are independent ATM deployers. Okay, and independent ATM deployers, we are going around and strategically placing our ATMs in locations that have huge amounts of foot traffic, and it's not as costly for us to get our hands on an ATM as it would be for these banks, or if a location were to try to do a deal with the bank to get a bank branded ATM in their establishment. Okay, so usually banks, they have their ATMs in some malls. They might have, obviously they'll have an ATM on the outside of their own, business. So the banks will have an ATM inside of their bank, maybe on the outside or something like that. But for the most part, banks don't strategically place their ATMs. In fact, over 75% of all the ATMs in the world are not owned by the banks. Okay? And you probably didn't realize this because you probably never crossed your mind. And that's the same way that I felt, as well when I first started this, when I first heard about it. When my guy had brought the thing to me, I said, I thought all the banks owned all the ATMs, but the reality of it is the banks don't own all the ATMs. In fact, they own less ATMs than you might think. Like I said, over 75% of them are owned by people like you and me. Okay, they're owned by people like you and me, or maybe smaller companies that might do similar things. Okay, so basically, they're not really our competition. In fact, everything that we do is going to be better than them, right? Because they're not going to put ATMs in areas that are making $1,500 to $3,000 in profit. They're only interested in putting their ATMs in places that will bring them 10 times that, right? And that's where they're making their mistakes at. They don't have locations where they, small locations that, get a medium to high foot traffic. They won't put ATMs there, and that's where we come in. So we are strategically placing ATMs in the areas where the banks won't go. Okay, and because of that, we are able to kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy all the profit that comes with having an ATM there. And it's literally as simple as finding the location, putting the time in to survey the area, and then getting the ATM from point A to point B. That is really that simple. But again, like I said, it's boring. Okay, that is the thing. It's boring. No one wants to talk about it. No one is interested in something that is boring. But the reality of it is, if you are an entrepreneur or if you are interested in passive income, this is something that you want to get into. Okay, so just kind of moving on back to what I was saying originally. When my buddy brought the opportunity to my attention, we didn't have any mentors or anything. He just kind of stumbled upon it because of a conversation he had with one of our senior master sergeants, and one of our senior master sergeants was the mayor of his township. So he was like the mayor of a real small township. And, he had got a hold of an ATM, and he was telling us that we can get our own ATMs, and, it kind of blew our minds. Okay. So when we went half and half on it, we made a lot of mistakes. Now, like I said, the ATM business is not very much risk, but at the same time, at the very beginning of it, in terms of getting an ATM and getting the right contracts, and also figuring out what locations to go to, these are the things that kind of hindered us. So it took us a long time to actually figure out the right way to do it, because there are times where you can try to order an ATM and you will never get that ATM because there's so many shady companies that pose as ATM distributors, and what they'll do is they'll pretty much take your money. And also, we didn't know that we needed to have LLCs and paperwork and permits and contracts. We didn't know what exactly it was that we needed to do, because again, our senior master sergeant that brought the opportunity to our attention, he had just got his hands on an ATM, and he was figuring things out for himself as well. So pretty much all of us were just kind of like, okay, there's money to be made here, but we had to figure out how to get it. Okay. So it took us a long time to get to where we're at now. And like I said, this was years ago. And, I've been making passive income from this, ever since, realistically. And this is what I say: you guys need a mentor. Now, if you really feel like you are, a ferocious entrepreneur, and you feel like you can go and gather information about this yourself, then feel free to do so. But realistically, there's not very much. This is not Amazon or Shopify. You can't just go anywhere and find the information that you need. Most of the information that you guys are going to find on the internet is outdated. The information that you're going to find is from like maybe 2001, maybe 2002, and a lot of the videos as well are 6, 7, 8 years old. Okay, just because, and even then, back then, there are very, very, very few people who are even talking about this business model, and the ones who do talk about it, they won't even offer you mentorship. Okay. And the reason for that is because they want to keep this a secret. They don't want to tell that many people about it. But I'm okay with telling other people about it, because you're not going to cut into my business by me telling you about it. And also, it gives me the opportunity to train other people. It brings back that nostalgia of training my airmen, but training my troops. And I want to do the same thing for you guys. And I know that you guys need a mentor, because you guys are always asking me, hey, how can I be a part of your team? Hey, when are you going to do some training? Well, this is what this whole video is about. Okay. I'm actually about to offer you guys the opportunity to have me as a lifetime mentor. Okay. So basically, what I have done is I have created the ATM Millionaires Course. And basically what this course is going to do for you is it's going to be your Bible. Okay, this course is going to go into the nitty-gritty of every single aspect of the ATM business. Okay, and we're going to be talking about the IADs. We're going to talk about ISOs. We're going to be talking about bank networks. Okay, we're going to be talking about surcharge, interchange fees. We're going to be talking about acquirers fees. We're going to be talking about things that you didn't even know existed, but these are things that you need to know, because if you don't know these things, you won't even get your location. All right, because people think that getting a location is going to be easy. We're not spending any money to get a location, but if you knock on 30 doors and you get 30 no's, you're never going to have the opportunity to even start the business, because you don't know what you're talking about. The only thing that you guys know about is, okay, I find a location, I put the ATM there, and that's it. And that's just not the case. There's a lot more to the ATM business than you guys think. All right. So what I have done is I have put together a course that is going to be your Bible. right? And on top of that, like I always say in all of my videos, it doesn't matter how many courses you take, because if you don't have a mentor to bounce your ideas and things of that nature off of, then there's no real reason for you to even take the course, which is why for the first 100 people that purchase the course, you guys are going to be a part of my personal team. You guys are going to have my personal mentorship for life. And what that means is you guys are going to have a personal email that is directly linked to me. So you can send me a email or something 24 hours a day. Also, you guys will get a personalized phone number where you guys can text me, send me pictures, and if we need to jump on a call or something, then we can jump on the call, and you guys will get that for life from me for the first 100 people. And the reason I'm doing this is more of a selfish reason. You guys, now I've already done a test group before a couple of months ago, but what I'm going to do with you guys is you 100 are going to be my success stories. Okay, you guys are going to be how I expand my brand, basically because I'm going to help you guys become successful entrepreneurs in the ATM business. And then what I'm going to do is you guys are going to, be my bridge to where I'm trying to get to. Okay, because I've already master and I understand the ATM business, and there's the other things that I want to do. So what I want to do with you guys are going to be my troops, and you guys are going to become successful dealing with me, and you guys are going to be my success stories. Okay, you guys are going to be my legacy. All right, so I'm going to kind of jump over to the course real quick for you guys so you guys can kind of see some of the things I have here. Now, there's a little bit of light reading for you guys if you really wanted to read it, but I'm going to kind of go down to the bottom here. There's some of the things that I went over. So you guys are going to get over 60, that's probably about 65, 70 videos, high quality videos, and it's going to be about 5 to 6 hours worth of content. Okay, so just alone, that is a $997 value, right? You guys are going to get downloadable PDFs with examples of all the contracts, documents, every single thing that you guys can think of, right? So that means your ATM applications, that means your location site or your site location agreements, that means your documents that you need to fill out to get maintenance and programming for your ATM, right? That means your ACH transaction forms. That means your sample bank letterheads. All of that stuff, I have all of those contracts and things already done. These are going to be some of the generic ones that I have personally used in the past, and I'm actually just giving that to you guys so that you guys can see and just kind of copy and understand, and we can also ask each other questions in terms of what should I put in the contract. Because if you don't put the right things in your contract, your site location agreement, you're gonna be you're gonna kind of be left out in the dust. Okay, because these business owners, sometimes they might think that they're smarter than you. You need to have a legally binding contract. So if your contract is not airtight, you could find yourself, in a bad situation, not so much legally, but just in a situation where you are losing out on money that you could have received. Okay. So that in itself, that's a $200 value. And that's just because realistically, you should go and get a lawyer to do this, but I'm actually doing everything for you. Right. Now, anyone else would tell you, go talk to a lawyer, go pay a lawyer to create a legally binding document for you. But what I'm going to actually do for you guys is the same ones that I use for all of my ATMs that I have deployed right now. I'm actually going to offer that to you guys so that you guys can look at it. You don't have to use every single thing in it, but it's going to give you your foundation so that you know exactly what you should put into your contracts. Okay. And again, you guys are going to get my personal email and my phone number for easy access to me, right? So you guys, if we ever need to get on a call for some reason, if you guys need to send me pictures, if you guys need to talk to me, because I know that we're all gonna probably be on different, like maybe different, parts of the world. Maybe you guys might be in India or something like that, but you guys can always reach me via an email or a simple text message. Okay, so just all of that stuff all together, and a lifetime personal mentorship with me. So that means even after you guys are successful, and even after I've moved on and done other things, or whatever the case may be, I will always still be able to mentor you guys and answer any of your questions that you might have. So this is a personal lifetime membership, and that's going to be for the first 100 people that take me up on this offer and purchase this course. Okay, so that total value with everything here is like $31,997. Okay, because a lifetime personal mentorship, I dare anybody right now to go and ask any of these consultants or anything, how much would they charge you? Go ask them how much would they charge you for a lifetime membership. They would give you an extravagant number. Okay, an extravagant number. I can guarantee you that, right? But I would only probably charge $30,000, but I'm not even going to charge you guys, obviously, $31,997. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm not crazy. I know that you guys have things that you guys are doing, and I know that we're all trying to start our businesses. You guys want to start your businesses quickly. You guys don't want to be, taking out loans to try to purchase a course. That's just not feasible, right? So what I want to do for you guys is, I'm not even going to charge you guys $1,000 for this course. I'm only going to charge you a little less than half of that. Okay, $597. Okay, for everything. So $597. So you get this over 60 high quality videos with over 5 hours of informative content. $997. All of my contracts, all of my paperwork, all of every single document that you guys need, even your cover sheet, right? Even the cover sheet that you need to show to your location owner so that they know that you are legit, right? All of that, a $200 value. You guys will also be getting my personal email and phone number, an $800 value, and a lifetime personal mentorship for me worth well over $30,000. Okay, and I'm offering that to you guys for just $597, right? Now, after I get to my 100 people, after I get my first 100 students, my first 100 airmen, then I will raise the price to $997 to kind of slow down the process, because obviously I'm need to focus on my 100 students that I get. Just because, like I said, you guys are going to be my bread and butter, and I'm going to work really closely with you guys. And as such, I need to focus on you guys before anything, okay? But obviously, if anybody else jumps into the course, after the 100, I'm still going to pay attention to you guys, and I'll still help you guys out. I'm still going to be mentoring you guys. I'm not going to leave you out in the dark, because quite frankly, there's going to be a lot of questions. And, like I said, this is going to be your Bible, okay? I have created the ATM Bible, okay? This is going to be the holy grail of ATM business, all right? So just kind of give you guys some insight on some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this course here. So obviously we have our introduction, and in the very beginning, what I'm going to be talking about is, kind of your mindset, where I want you guys to be in terms of an entrepreneur mind, and what exactly it takes to be an entrepreneur in 2018. So we kind of go over a couple of different things, a couple of different limiting beliefs. Then we go down to module 1, which is getting started with ATMs. Then I explain the ATM business in more detail. We talk about who it's for. We talk about what the typical day is. We go over some some different terminologies, IEDs, ISOs. I actually am going to walk you guys through step by step on how to create your LLC, right? Because if you do your LLC by yourself and you just do it online, you're probably going to screw it up. So I'm going to actually show you guys how to get your LLC much cheaper than if you were doing it yourself. And I'm also going to walk you through step by step on how to do it. All right. I'm also going to help you guys set up your EIN. I'm going to tell you how to get your EIN easy. I'm also going to show you how to define your brand. And basically what your brand is going to be who you are as a company. You don't want to just go up to a location owner and say, hey, my name is Bob and I sell ATMs. You need to personify yourself as a brand, okay? And we're going to talk about that. And then I go over finding a location. I give you guys the contracts that you need for a site location agreement. We talk about some of the best locations. We talk about the different locations that you shouldn't go to, right? We talk about our cover sheets. We talk about getting rid of other people who already have ATMs in locations, because we can do that, okay? And I show you guys how to do that in this module 2 as well. So click here. Okay, some more stuff. So module 3 is programming and installation. I explained to you guys how the ATMs are programmed. I explain, how exactly to get that paperwork, because there is paperwork that needs to be filled out sometimes in terms of getting your ATM program. Because I had someone hit me up on Instagram the other day, and they actually told me that, doesn't the ATM come with like a manual and it shows me what to do? And I was like, it's not quite that simple. It's not quite that simple. Unless you are really, really, really good with computers, you're not gonna get that ATM set up by yourself, because you have to set a surcharge. And once you set a surcharge, that surcharge has to be programmed into the ATM. It's not as simple as setting up your iPhone. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated than that, which is why you will more than likely need someone to come and install it for you correctly. And there is paperwork to do that. All right. Now, some companies might do it for you, but a lot of companies are still going to have you fill out some paperwork. So, you guys are going to see all of this paperwork, and you're going to get an idea of what to ask for. Because if you don't know what to ask for when you're ordering your ATMs, you're going to make a mistake, or you're going to miss out on something, or find yourself in the contract that you don't want to be in. Okay. So yeah, so we talk about that. And we talk about some of the ADA guidelines. Your ATMs have to abide by certain guidelines, and if they don't, you can find yourself in some legal trouble. Okay. We also talk about security for your ATM, and then we talk about what a cash vaulter is. We talk about cassettes. We talk about the different types of cassettes that there are, how much that costs, different things of that nature. And then we get on to module 5, which is ordering your ATM. We talk about the process of ordering your ATM, where it ships from, what happens, how exactly do we get ATMs? Do we just go to a store, and do we just kind of pick one out? Then we talk about a lot of the different contracts, and then we get into what a processor is. We get into what a processor is, and we get into what exactly the processing agreement is, because your processing agreement is going to, you can actually look at it as it's going to kind of determine your fate in terms of your business, at least for the next 5 years. So understanding your processing agreement is extremely important for us ATM business entrepreneurs. All right. So now we have module 6, which is understanding the different revenues. Again, we're going to talk about surcharge. We're going to talk about interchange fees. We're going to talk about acquirers fees and ownership fees. And these are things that you are not going to find just doing a Google search. Okay. You guys out there that think that, that's going to be something that you can just pull up. Not quite. You can get vague answers of some of this stuff. Yeah, of course, that's how Google works. But realistically, to get a good understanding and a good grasp of what this is in terms of the ATM business, you guys absolutely need to have your ATM Bible. Okay. So then we talk about all the different banking networks, and we talk about working with banks. I talk to you guys about how to pick the best bank. A lot of people complain that they can't find a bank. So in this course, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to get around that, right? I show you guys exactly who to go to, okay? So then we kind of got optional items. We talk about e-locks, toppers, surrounds, insurance for your ATM, but getting used and leased ATMs, ATM security risks, and we even talk about selling your ATM, okay? And you guys are getting all that. That's about 6 hours worth of content that I put together, over the course of a couple of months, just kind of in preparation for the day when, once my test group got through and then everything seemed to work out. Everybody seems to have learned a lot. So now I'm offering this to you guys. And like I said, you guys are getting all of that for $597. Okay. So again, you guys are getting over 60 high quality videos with 5 hours of informative content, which again by itself, guys, is $997. You get downloadable PDFs with examples of contracts, documents, everything that you need. It's like I told you, processing agreements, ATM applications. You guys are going to get all of that $200 value. You guys are going to get a personal email and phone number for me to get easy access to me, so that whenever you need something, I can, you can hit me up and I'll reply to you, because that is what a mentor does, right? And again, for the first 100 people, because remember what I told you guys are going to be my bread and butter. For the first 100 people that take me up on this offer today, you guys are going to get a lifetime personal mentorship with me, which again is well over $30,000 in value. Okay. And I think we can all agree that if you go ask anyone in the consulting business for a lifetime personal membership, they're going to give you an extravagant number. I guarantee it. So that brings that total. You guys are getting $31,997 worth of value for $597. Okay. That is crazy. If I had the opportunity when me and my buddy first started, and if I had the opportunity to invest in myself like this, then I would 100% do it. I implore you guys to do the same. It's not every day that a person is going to offer you a lifetime personal mentorship. Okay, it's not very often that people are doing that, even in Amazon, Shopify, e-commerce, any of that. Okay, but again, my personal philosophy is that there's no point in buying a course if you can't get in contact with the person who made the course, because you guys might see something that you don't understand, and I want to be there to help you guys understand it, right? Because I made it for you. So this is a course for you guys, by you guys, right? I've made this course based on all the questions that I keep getting, all the questions in the comments, all the questions on Instagram, all the questions on Facebook, right? All the questions on YouTube. This course is created by all the different things that you guys have been bringing to my attention over the past couple of months and the past couple of weeks and even the past couple of days, right? And I'm constantly going to be updating the course with new information as it arises. If any changes are being made in the ATM world, I'm definitely going to update the course in accordance with that. And that's going to be at no charge to you guys. Obviously, if you are already a part of the course, you guys will be getting unlimited upgrades of the course as they arise. Okay. And again, this is the best kept secret of 2018. Okay. You guys are not going to find a better opportunity to create a passive income in 2018, in 2019, and 2020. You're not going to find a better chance to increase your income, quit your job, and live the life that you want to live. You guys are not going to find a better opportunity in 2018 and beyond. Okay? Because again, in our business as an IAD, what we do, instead of taking $2,000 and betting it on a product from China, we're taking $2,000 and we're recycling it and bringing in profit. Like, I'm basically bringing in interest, right? We're getting all of that money back within a couple of days plus interest. This is one way that you can look at it. Okay, recycling money is the next best thing, after maybe real estate or something, right? So even with real estate, it requires a huge investment. Okay, it requires a huge investment. ATMs don't cost that much. Okay, guys, you guys can get ATMs for free. And even in the course, there's one of the modules, I even show you guys how we can get ATM for free. Okay, there's a lot of different ways to use other people's money to get an ATM. So realistically, you can get an ATM for free, basically, and whoever you need to pay back, you will pay back later or whatever when you start making money. Okay, so again, guys, take me up on this offer. Okay, you guys have been asking for it. You guys have been hitting me up about it. You guys have been saying, hey, you're going to offer a mentorship. You guys have been asking, what are you going to do? Are you going to do some training? Well, here it is, guys. 6 hours, right? 6 hours of everything that I know about ATMs. Okay, the ATM Bible. This is the ATM Millionaires Course. Okay, so if you guys are interested, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you guys, and you just you're going to get it right to this page. It's going to take you right to this page, and then all you do is click in the rolling course, put in your information, and then you're in, right? And as soon as you guys get in, send me a text. All right, send me a text. Let me know that you're in. Introduce yourself. We'll go ahead and start the mentor-mentee relationship as soon as you get in. All right. So hopefully regardless of what you guys decide to do, hopefully the video was, a little bit entertaining. Hopefully you guys still kind of learned a little bit of something. If you guys are already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you keep that notification button checked, so whenever I make a video that you guys get notified about it. And for all the new people, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, right? And if you are interested in becoming one of my students, and if you guys are interested in a personalized mentorship with me for life, make sure you take me up on this offer before the price goes up to $997, right? Because they will fill up fast. These seats will fill up fast. Okay, they will. So make sure you guys take me up on this offer. But regardless of the fact, guys, I appreciate you guys, whoever watches this video. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you leave any questions for me. I'll do my best to answer them. And for those of you who get in, make sure that you send me a message, send me a text as soon as you get in, all right? So we can go ahead and get to talking, all right? With that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.